Hi guys, and welcome to my channel MatVanGeo. Today's a very exciting day. Today is the start of Expedition South Africa with Living Zoology. We're going to be cruising around South Africa looking for a multitude of venomous snakes and reptiles to be able to show you guys back home. Our first location is Montagu Springs here in the Western Cape, where we're going to be meeting up with snake legend and snake rescuer Gerrie Hines. He's an absolute legend in the snake community here in South Africa, so I'm very excited to meet up with him, learn a couple of tricks and trades, do some herping around the area with him, and hopefully find some incredible species of snakes and reptiles. So stay tuned for what we find. Hey guys, so we've just finished setting up camp and just got a call from Gerrie. We're going to head over there. He's got a bunch of snakes he rescued this week and that he's about to microchip, so we'd like to show you guys the whole process behind that, and then we'll head out for an evening herping session. So let's see how that goes.
A lot of people ask me, how did I start getting interested in snakes? Started at a very young age. I grew up in Springbok, Namaqualand, which is a small little town in the middle of nowhere. And as kids, we didn't have a lot to do. So I ended up spending a lot of time in the mountains, flipping rocks, trying to catch scorpions, and keep myself busy like that. And every now and then I came across a snake and get a big fright, and with time use a stick and see how they react. And as a young kid, I'm primary school, I lost my fear of snakes, but I never really lost my respect for them. And I've always been in a situation when there was snakes that people always ended up calling me to remove a snake.
Okay, so we've arrived at Gerrie's place this morning, and before we start anything, it's been quite a cool morning. So we're going to do some tagging now, some chipping. He chips all of his snakes before he releases them, which is amazing to be able to build a database. And yeah, here we go. So we've done our first tag on the first Cape Cobra, beautiful speckled Cape Cobra. And the next one, we've got a little puppy. Yeah.
See behind the jaw? The middle finger and the thumb, and we use the index on the head.
So this is really awesome. We've tagged now two snakes, or we've chipped two snakes, a Cape Cobra and a puff adder, and we're about to do a Boomslang. Gerrie says the Boomslang is a little bit more bouncy and jumpy and a lot more active, very difficult to actually manage, so we'll see how that goes. But this is really intriguing to get to know and understand what Gerrie's doing out here in Montagu Springs, really making a huge difference in this community and helping people and helping the snakes understand how they live and how they live in and amongst the people, as well as, you know, releasing them into safe areas, etc. So very cool. I'm excited to see what's up next. Cape Boomslang. So cool being up close and personal with this Boomslang, getting to see the rear fangs, the big eyes up close, using the snake tubes, which works really well to be able to handle the snake without stressing it out too much. Some really very good practices being used here by Gerrie for snake handling, snake removal, microchipping, and then obviously the release process. So really informative visit here, and it's only day one. We've got another 3 days here, so very exciting. Morning guys, so yesterday was an amazing day. We met up with Gerrie, ended up checking out some microchipping and how he does that whole process, which was really cool. Then we grabbed a couple of his rescued snakes. We had a male Boomslang and a nice size Cape Cobra that we headed out into the field. Got some nice photos and some great footage of those species. Ended up releasing the Cape Cobra, which is a great feeling, but the weather wasn't great yesterday, so there's lots of rain and overcast, quite cold, not the best for snakes and reptiles. So today we're back at Gerrie. We're going to be grabbing a female boomslang that he rescued, as well as another Cape Cobra, and we're going to head out to the field as well, work with those two species today, or those two individuals, get some nice footage, and then we'll break for lunch, and then after that we'll head for a nice evening herp session. Gerrie's got a location for a species of adder that we're actually very excited to see, so we'll head out this afternoon and see if we can find it. So we've just walked into Gerrie's property, and he's already got the puffy out for us. That he's busy prepping the snakes that we're gonna be working in the field today, and that we're gonna be releasing as well. So here she is, and Matej just told me that she just took a nice big poo.
Yeah.
So Gerrie's busy doing a cleanup job. But look at this stunning female puff adder. Beautiful coloration. Can't wait to see her out there, so stay tuned. Getting the snakes ready for the field. Super exciting. We are locked and loaded. We've got 2 boomslangs, another 2 Cape Cobras there. We've got a puff adder there. Gerrie's got 2 more in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So we've got like 5 KPs, 2 boomslangs, and a puffy. Going to be releasing, I think, 2 or 3 of them, and then the others he's going to release at a different place because of location issues. So yeah, very excited to get out in the field and show you guys these amazing snakes and get to release 1 or 2 of them, which is always an amazing feeling. So yeah, let's check it out when we get to the field. So we're busy here on the side of the mountain, back of the farm. We've got one of Gerrie's beautiful KPs that he's rescued, that we're working with. She's behaving incredibly naturally. We're just gently following along, and she's just cruising along, doing what KPs do in the middle of the day. She's probably looking for some shade now because it's quite hot. So we've just finished lunch at camp, and we actually found probably the largest leopard tortoise I've ever seen in my life. I think she's between the 15 to 20 kilo mark, and we've been busy filming over here, and he's actually the friendliest tortoise we've ever met. So he must actually frequent the campsite quite often and get into scraps, because see how friendly he is. He keeps coming towards the camera and bumping into us, asking for a little treat. He's absolutely the coolest tortoise I've ever met. For a wild tortoise, that is. He wants kisses. Very rare you get to work with such easy animals, so we're really taking our time here and soaking it all in before we head over to a little nature reserve around here to go look for a species of dwarf adder that we're hoping to find. So stay tuned, hopefully we get lucky. Woo! First Cape Cobra road cruising. Amazing. Yes, this thing's full of energy. So we've arrived at our location. It's absolutely stunning here. We are looking for one of the dwarf bitter species. In particular, we're looking for Bitis rubida, the red adder, and in this particular case it's the red locality, the red morph of the species, which is an extraordinarily spectacular animal. So we're going to try our luck. We got contact of the owner of this property. I'm not going to disclose locations due to poaching reasons, but we've got a location where he's actually seen them around these areas quite a few. So we walked around a little bit looking for the red adder. We didn't get lucky at all. Ended up playing with a couple of the rescues that we had with Gerrie, and now we're going to go back to the lodge, try for half an hour, and then yeah, maybe we'll get lucky at the lodge, but never easy to find the dwarf adders. Second snake.
She's pooping.
So we've just found our first puffy road cruising, and it's a male, which is good to go with the female as well. A little bit of a different coloration. We'll mark the GPS location here. We actually know exactly where we are. You can see the lights down there of Duringlachte. So we'll come and release this guy here tomorrow, but gonna bag him, get some footage, show you guys this beautiful male, and then yeah, release it back into the wild. Nice.
Yeah.
Super chuffed. Puffy! We got a call from Gerrie for a snake rescue call about 30 kilometers from here. So I'm busy following Gerrie now, rushing a little bit to get there, but supposedly the snake was nicely contained and not able to escape. So let's see what we've got. Supposedly it's a Cape Cobra, one of the most common calls out here, extremely dangerous snakes for kids and dogs, etc. So very good to remove these snakes and take them to a safe location and re-release them. So as you can see, we were in very thick wilderness areas in between the mountains, and we popped into Bonnievale, slightly populated little town here, and I'm assuming we're looking for the house nearby here, so that shows you the close proximity to wilderness areas, and that's why these Cape Cobras come into contact with humans. And we've got Gerrie leading the way here in his big bad Chevy, and you can see all the agricultural area, the vineyards, etc., which brings in a lot of rats, a lot of food items for the Cape Cobras, puff adders, etc. So it's perfect habitat, literally. I mean, there's habitat and then there's housing. Is he stuck in there?
Yes, his head about
Whoa. Wow, what an amazing experience. Didn't realize the snake was stuck. Gerrie got the call, but the lady from the municipality didn't let him know that it was actually stuck, so he thought it was maybe a brown house snake or something smaller that had got into the power box. But as you saw when we got here, the snake was completely stuck inside this power box. Luckily there was no actual cuts internal, no lacerations, just a little couple bent scales and maybe a little bit of bruising, but the snake is in perfect condition. So now we're going to go find a lovely location to release the snake back into the wild. And yeah, what an epic first snake rescue call. Yo, so happy to be a part of this.